Hey, what's going on? It's Benjamin, CEO and founder here at Bolt Deals, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the exact system that we've used to generate $15 million in assignment fees for real estate investors, wholesalers, as well as flippers. With that said, let's dive straight into it. First thing, we're going to be covering a few things here. Like I said, the exact system that we use to scale scale wholesalers specifically, anywhere from 2 deals per month on the low end to as many as 40 deals per month on the high end. Lead conversion rates, so what percentage of leads actually become contracts, closed deals, average assignment fees. That way you can forecast what the numbers look like for yourself. The 2 policies that keep us out of trouble, not only for ourselves, but our clients, to make sure no clients are stepping on each other's toes. How and why the system beats everything else on the market you see today, and how to implement this exact system into your business. With that said, let's dive straight into it. The way the system breaks down is there's 5 main pillars, and it all starts with our lead flow. Now, before we dive into lead flow, we actually have to know what markets are we targeting, right? So you may come to us and want us to target the markets you're already going in, or if you're unsure, we have data as to the top performing markets per state, and we can actually implement this into your business. That way you already have the data that's already tried and proven. From there, we start with the top of funnel, right? So the way it works is whenever a seller clicks on our ad, whether that's on Facebook or PPC, it gets redirected to a landing page where we get the 4 main pillars. Another thing specifically that I want to mention about our ads is, as opposed to running generic we buy houses, cash offer as is ads, which those work, but for us, we like to go a step deeper, right? We want to target specific motivations, like people that have gone through foreclosure, tired landlords, tax delinquents, people who can't make their mortgage payments, things like that. That way we get a better, higher quality lead, right? Same thing on PPC. They click on that ad or the creative, whatever the case is, whether on either platform, and it goes to our landing page that we build out that's customized to your business and your name, right? So it's all your company. It's all branded under your company. It's not a white label evergreen version of ours, right? So from there, we get the 4 main pillars. That's motivation, timeline, asking price, are they flexible, property information, things like that. And from there, they also have the option to schedule an appointment directly on your calendar, the acquisitions team's calendar, our client's calendar. In addition to that, on the thank you page, sellers have the option to call you directly. Now, the question is, why do we do this, right? The reason why we do this is so we can maximize contact rates with sellers, because everybody hears about speed to lead, call a lead in the first 5 minutes of them coming in order to ensure highest conversion rates. So we actually give sellers the option to call us directly, right? So we basically have like negative speed to lead at that point, right? Now, in addition to this, some of our clients actually opt into having our lead managers call up these leads, within 5 minutes of coming in to put them through a live qualification phase. Now, the way this works is we go through a few steps. First thing is the initial qualification, where we want to confirm that they're a real seller, they have a property that they're looking to sell, and confirm the information they submitted. From there, we want to build rapport, and if they fit your quote-unquote criteria or your buy box, we'll set them as an appointment on your calendar. That way you, the investor, can take that appointment, negotiate it, get it under contract, and exit that deal however you so choose, whether you're wholesaling to another investor, like a cash buyer, or you're buying the deal yourself as a flipper, or you want to buy it for yourself and put it into your portfolio, right? So that's the top of funnel lead generation. Second thing we do is middle of funnel retargeting ads. So the question is, why do we run retargeting ads? And the answer is really simple. We run retargeting ads to people who have already raised their hand, they've clicked on our ad, they have already expressed interest, and our goal is to just capture them, right? They're pretty much low-hanging fruit, and the beautiful thing is, whenever we run retargeting ads, we're able to get leads at a deeper discount, specifically 40 to 50% discounts. Here's an example. If on average it costs $100 per lead, you can run retargeting ads and get leads for $40 to $50 a pop, right? So why not? So we build out audiences, we build out data within your account in order to make sure that we are retargeting the right people and getting them to our sales ecosystem or into our CRM, is another way to put it, right? Next thing, and our final thing when it comes to lead generation, is our bottom of funnel nurturing. So with all of our clients, we have emails, text messages, and ringless voicemails that go out to the seller. And the entire goal of this is to keep the seller in the loop. Let's say they're not ready to sell now, and they're ready to sell in 60, 90 days, etc. We build out these nurture sequences to keep sellers in the loop. That way, no leads are falling through the cracks. And whenever they are ready to sell, they'll raise their hands, call us up, and we'll navigate that deal to the finish line, right? And then the second thing we have is our sales process. So here's what I mean by this. One of the best profit levers that we can do to scale any wholesaling business is increase the average assignment fee, right? For example, if your current average assignment fee right now is about $10,000 and we could double that to $20,000, we double the amount of revenue and profit that you made in your company without having to close any extra deals, right? Sometimes, and now both departments, I would say, factor into this, right? Your acquisitions department and then your dispositions department, right? So for us, we license over to you our exact lead manager scripts, our offer call scripts, our follow-up strategies, and we coach you through them with the entire objective being to convert more leads or more opportunities that come in at a deeper discount. That way you can get bigger assignment fees whenever you wholesale it to a cash buyer, right? In addition to this, I was going to go over this towards the end, but I might as well go through it now, is we have a director of client success on our team who you're going to get full access to, where a little bit about him is that he's been in business for over 25 years. He's coached and consulted with 2/3 of Fortune 500 companies. And on top of that, he's built a land wholesaling company himself out of Dallas. So he's actually done the business. And this part specifically, he's able to help train not only you, but your acquisition managers on closing these deals, right? We actually train some of our clients and their acquisition managers, as I've said, and the way we do that is through one-on-one coaching, call reviews, as well as role playing with you guys, right? So that is something that is really important because we want to squeeze the juice of all the leads that we're generating, because if we don't close them, somebody else will, and that's not what we want. And if it is what you want, I can't help you, right? The third thing here is talent acquisition and management. For some of this is more of a project, not a project, but something we do later down the line, where we actually help our clients hire and train as well as ramp acquisition managers. So when the time comes, we license over to you the exact ads, the exact SOPs, the exact funnels that we use to recruit, interview, onboard, and as well as make sure the acquisition manager is performing. So that's something that we do to help you, the investors, get off the phones and build a business where you're working on it instead of in it, right? Unless you want to take closing calls forever, which is also not a problem, right? Another thing, as something that has been really, really helpful and has increased our clients' profitability and another deal flow for our clients is the JV partnership. And what this is pretty much we, as a client, we add you to our Rolodex. So let's say you're a client here in Texas and you get a deal in Florida, but you don't have any buyers in Florida. We'll connect you with another client in Florida. That way you guys can JV that deal and split the profits, right? And vice versa. Let's say you're in Texas and a client from somewhere else, California, for example, reaches out to you and be like, hey, I have this deal here. I don't have any buyers. Do you have buyers? You do. You guys connect and you guys split the profits. There's zero cost per acquisition to this, and the scalability is through the roof, right? We could scale this as much as we want, assuming you have buyers and you know what you're doing, right? So our clients absolutely love this part. And my personal favorite part is the data tracking. And I want to walk you through our tools that we use to actually make this happen, as well as how we use it to scale our companies with examples. So with that said, one of the first few things we have is a client ROI calculator. The way this works is we're able to project, or we're able to plug in numbers on the left here, and we're able to project where the business is going to be at in the next 12 months, giving these baseline KPIs. So this is how we sit down with our clients, all of our clients pretty much, and we're able to project all these numbers. That way we're not guessing. We're not throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks. And then, so this is the calculator that we use for all of our clients. And the next thing we have is a lead tracking sheet. You may be wondering, what the hell is a lead tracking sheet and why do we need it? So the entire purpose of this is a sample, by the way, of this lead tracking sheet is so we can track every single lead, the status of every lead. And then on top of that, we're able to we're able to see and properly attribute where the best leads and deals are coming from. That way we can scale the campaigns properly. Here's what I mean. Many investors that I speak to and their agencies, they're optimizing around the wrong KPIs. For example, let's look at some numbers right here. We have campaign 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5. That's 3. 5. Yep, that's 5 campaigns. I can't see. But anyways, so we have 5 campaigns, and if we just cross out, let's just cross it out right here. So you can't see calls or leads. You can see right here, if you were to ask a normal average media buyer which campaign is performing the best, they would look for the lowest cost per lead, and that would be this one right here. This is campaign 3, right? But the question then becomes, are we optimizing for leads, appointments, also known as calls, or deals? The answer should be deals, right? But without proper data attribution, we can't see that. And that's where most agencies scale. So if you've worked with an agency and the first month or two, you have amazing lead quality and amazing lead volume, and then all of a sudden it just crashes. This is exactly why, right? This is how we solve that constraint. That way our clients are getting consistently highly qualified, motivated seller leads who need to sell as opposed to just wanting to sell. And it gives us data and clarity to optimize around the right event. In this case, instead of optimizing for leads, we're optimizing for deals, right? So let's go a step deeper. Now, if we look at which campaign is performing well, and let's say we're optimizing for calls, we can see that campaign 2 is still performing the best, right? It has the lowest cost per lead, lowest cost per deal, right? Compared to everything else. Now, if we go a step deeper, we see right here that campaign 2 has not gotten us a single deal, right? So why would we take all of our money and spend it on campaign 2 if it's not getting us anything besides leads and calls? It's just cluttering our CRM. And this is where most people fail, right? So hopefully you're understanding this so far. But if we look down right here, we can see that campaign 4 is performing the best. We have 2 contracts, sales contracts, at a $620 cost per contract, which is amazing, right? But as you can see right here, if we were to just optimize around cost per lead, it's double, right? So instead of 26, it's double what the average cost per lead is. So what if your media buyer didn't see that and they shut it off, right? Now your money's going into the trash, basically. You go a step deeper. The cost per call is basically almost double. I mean, bear with me on averages here or numbers here. But it's a lot higher. It's almost double, right? So to them, this is a losing campaign. They would want to shut this off because they don't have proper data attribution. But if we look at what we're really optimizing for, this is the best performer. So we have to optimize around what we are actually targeting. And this is why most agencies, they suck. And if your agency doesn't have anything like this and you're wondering why your results suck with them, this is why. So we build trackers like this in order to make this happen. We have full clarity, full visibility of everything that's going on, so we could scale the business. So, and then we have clients that tell us best markets. So the entire goal, we're just trying to keep feedback loops tight. That way we could scale properly. The way we operate, it's proactive communication, tight feedback loops. So we know what's going on at every single moment of the process. Now, I want to dive into some KPIs and conversion rates here, right? So for the easier numbers, there's 2 platforms that we use. It's Facebook and Google Ads, right? Facebook is more volume over quality. PPC, Google Ads, is more quality over volume, right? So our client average conversion rates on Facebook is 1 out of 20 to 25 leads. So for every 20 to 25 leads that we generate our clients, they get at least 1 deal or 1 contract, right? Now, Google is 1 out of 10, and this is average, okay? We have clients closing 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 leads that are coming in, and that's lead to contract, right? And if assuming your dispo process is good and you have 0 fallout rate, it's pretty much 1 out of 5 to 6 1 deal out of 5 to 6 leads. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Mind blurred out for a second here. So now I'm gonna walk you through how you can determine how many leads you're gonna get in a second here, but these are just client averages and their KPIs, right? The next thing I want to talk about is the 2 policies that keep us in trouble. One of the other things that separate us from every other agency, pay-per-lead, some pay-per-deal company that you may have worked with that didn't have an amazing experience, is we have 2 policies, right? The first is lead exclusivity, right? The way this works is that all the leads that we generate go directly to you. We don't share them with anybody else. You own all the data. All the ads that we run are under your pages, your brand name, your ad accounts, so you see everything on the computer and on your phone, because like Google Ads has an app that you can log into, so it's full transparency. We're not doing it behind some wall, and you would own all the data, right? I know that's really, really important, because I don't know why agencies don't do that, because they're pretty much profiting off of your ad spend, which is, in my personal opinion, not something you want. Secondly is client exclusivity policy, right? So the way this works is we don't allow more than a specific number of clients, typically 1 to 2 if the market's a little bit bigger. And the biggest reason we want that is because we want our clients there to make sure that they're dominating that market. Because at the end of the day, I'm not competing with all these other agencies. I am competing, the way I measure success is when our clients are pushing and taking deals from their competitors, pushing them out of the market. That to me is what I identify and how I determine success, right? So, for example, if you're a client and you lock down the market of Tampa, for example, right? That market is yours. Everybody else, we're trying to push them out, right? And that's what the call is for. If you schedule a call with us to determine if that market is still available, and if it's not, we'll politely let you know, and we'll add you to our wait list. So if our client ever leaves us, which doesn't happen often, we'll make that offer to you to take over and dominate that market. Now, let's talk about how and why this system will beat everything else that you see on the market. Actually, before I dive in, I was just thinking of lead exclusivity. The reason why lead exclusivity is important is because sellers are already annoyed, especially with like pay per lead, where they sell it to everybody under the sun, right? And if you want the lead exclusive for yourself for like 24 hours, you have to pay a bit extra on top of the markup that they've already added. So all the leads that I generate go directly to you, goes to nobody else. It's not shared. If you want to share it, that's completely up to you, but typically our clients obviously would rather close it themselves. So hopefully that makes sense. So why this beats everything else on the markets? The entire system that we've built is what I like to call scale proof, meaning we start with the first constraint of every business. It's typically lead gen, right? You need leads. It's the bloodline of every company. Without it, you don't have a business. Then once you have more leads that you know what to do with, you need to actually convert those leads. But you, the founder, has to do everything under the sun. So that's how we help with hiring acquisition managers, training them, taking things off your plate. Then we have data, right? If you don't have data, you're not scaling with the right proper attribution, you're wasting your money, right? Coaching and consulting by somebody who's actually done it, right? So we walk you through and we pre-handle pretty much every single constraint in your business and my way of proving this is we have clients that do anywhere from 2 deals per month on low end to as many as 40 deals with our system. So if you want to scale past that, we can cross that bridge once we get there. Like I said, our system, we've been there, we've done that. Not many agencies, if any, can say that and truly back up what they say they do. Because I have 2 facts and 2 rules that I live by. Number 1, state the facts, tell the truth. Second is do what you say you're going to do, right? Third, we have data across every single market in the entire United States, right? Goes for Alaska, Hawaii, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Oregon, South Dakota, North Dakota. I mean, you name it. If it's in the United States, if it's under the United States ownership, besides Puerto Rico, obviously, we've done it. We have data on it, right? And if it's not a good market, we'll tell you, right? And finally, let's talk about how we can implement this into your business, right? If you're watching this, you've either booked a call with our team already, or if you haven't and you're an established investor already doing about 2 or more deals per month, and you're looking to scale the business with inbound marketing, specifically everything that I've shown you here, click the link in the description or in the comments to schedule a call with either me or a member of my team. And what we're going to do is we're going to break down the average KPI. So how many leads you can expect, how many appointments you can expect, what the target deal volume per month or contracts is going to be to see what results we can get for you. We're also going to be talking about market availability. Is your market available? Can you take over that market and shut it down? Right? ROI calculations and many, many other things, integrations with their CRMs, what the process looks like to follow up with their leads, etc. So again, that's the exact system. Everything I've just gone through right here, exact system we've used to generate over $15 million in documented assignment fees, and hopefully we have the opportunity to help scale your business as well. Again, if you are a virtual investor, virtual wholesaler specifically, or a flipper who's either looking to scale your business with inbound marketing, or you're a flipper who you want to stop paying wholesalers assignment fees and you want to control your marketing as opposed to relying on somebody else to get deal flow, click the link in the comments, schedule a call with either me or a member of my team. I love to sit down and break everything from A to Z. With that said, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like this video to show me that you actually enjoyed it. Hopefully you did. If you didn't, I apologize. Comment any questions or concerns you have about anything I just went through, and I will answer them personally, as well as subscribe, as well as turn on post bell notifications. That way you can see every single video that we're posting throughout the entire process, sharing real business knowledge and education that nobody wants to talk about. With that said, my name is Benjamin, CEO and founder here at Bolt Deals, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.